what's crazy? You can spend hours editing a single video, and it still doesn't look good enough for social media. But then, there's this one Fiverr editor who can take your raw clips and turn them into something that actually makes people stop scrolling. Yeah, I didn't believe it either, until I tried it. So here's the thing, editing is what separates average content from stuff that actually blows up online. And let's be real, not everyone has the time or skill to make smooth transitions, color grading, and pacing that keeps viewers hooked. That's exactly why I decided to try this Fiverr gig. Someone who claims to do the best creative video editing for your social media or brand. I didn't expect much at first, but what I got back completely surprised me. So today I'm breaking down everything, the process, the results, and why this editor might be worth every single dollar. Before we jump into the results, let's talk about the real problem. If you've ever tried editing your own content, you know how frustrating it can be. You record the perfect footage, you have the idea in your head, but when you sit down to edit, nothing feels right. The cuts are too harsh, the colors look dull, the timing feels off, and when you finally post it online, it doesn't get the engagement you expected. Here's the thing, social media has become fast. If your first 3 seconds don't grab attention, your video is gone before it even starts. That's where creative editing makes all the difference. It's not just about trimming clips, it's about building emotion, flow, and energy. That's why I wanted to find someone who actually understands how to make videos that feel alive. So I started scrolling through Fiverr, looking for editors who specialize in social media videos. Not the cinematic kind, but the scroll-stopping, watch till the end kind. That's when I found this gig. The description was simple, confident, and straight to the point. What really caught my eye was how they talked about understanding the purpose behind each video. Not just slapping on transitions and effects, but crafting something that fits your brand's voice. I messaged them first, just to see how responsive they were. They replied fast, and honestly, that already gave me a good vibe. They asked detailed questions, what platform the video was for, what vibe I wanted, and what type of audience I was targeting. That's when I realized this wasn't just a random editor. They actually cared about the content's direction. So I sent over my clips, nothing fancy, just regular B-roll, a talking segment, and a few product shots. Within a couple of days, they sent the first draft. And when I opened the file, I was like, wait a second, is this my footage? Because it didn't look like anything I had sent. The pacing was perfect. The color tone matched my brand. The background music fit perfectly with the mood I was going for. Even the captions. Clean, readable, and timed with precision. But what really stood out? The transitions. They weren't overdone. They weren't flashy for no reason. Every single cut had a purpose, either to highlight an emotion, emphasize a line, or make the scene feel smoother. And here's the best part. They didn't just deliver one version. They gave me two, one for YouTube and one optimized for Instagram Reels and TikTok. Same content, different aspect ratios, adjusted pacing. They knew exactly how each platform works. Now, this is the part that actually blew me away. After watching the first version, I sent a small list of feedback. Things like, can we make this scene a bit slower? Or let's tweak the background track here. I expected the usual. Long wait, minimal changes, maybe a few back and forth messages. But no, they delivered the revised version in less than 24 hours and nailed every single edit. Not just okay fixes, but thoughtful improvements that made the video even better. It's rare to find someone who actually listens to your vision instead of just doing what's easiest. And that's the moment I realized. This editor doesn't just edit videos, they create stories. They take your raw idea, understand what you want to say, and make sure your audience actually feels it. That's something AI tools or template-based apps just can't replicate, that human touch. Because, creativity isn't just about tools, it's about taste. And honestly, this gig has it. So what makes this editor stand out from the thousands of others on Fiverr? Let's break it down. First, communication. They don't just accept an order and disappear. They stay in touch, ask smart questions, and keep you in the loop the whole time. That alone removes like 80% of the stress that usually comes with outsourcing. Second, creativity. They don't use cookie-cutter templates. You can tell each video is built from scratch. The transitions, effects, and pacing actually match the message, not just the music. Third, attention to detail. From color tones to audio balancing, everything looks professionally done. Even the smallest things, like syncing background sounds with hand gestures, make the final video feel super polished. And finally, understanding of social media. They don't just make a video that looks good, They make one that performs well. They know what catches attention, how to build rhythm, and how to make your viewer stay till the end. That's the real magic. You can throw fancy editing software at anyone, but this level of understanding only comes from experience. So, I uploaded the edited version on my Instagram and YouTube Shorts just to test it out. The engagement? Way better than usual. People commented about how clean and professional the video looked. Even my friends were asking who edited it for me. The best part, I didn't have to spend hours trying to fix color correction or transitions. It saved me so much time that I actually started focusing more on creating content instead of being stuck in post-production. And that's when I realized, this gig isn't just about editing videos. It's about helping creators and brands look professional without needing a big studio or expensive gear. If you're running a small business, personal brand, or just starting out on YouTube, this kind of help can make a huge difference. Look, there are thousands of editors online, but finding someone who understands your style, that's rare. This gig delivers creativity, communication, and quality that's hard to find, especially at this price point. If you've been struggling with editing, or you're tired of spending hours trying to make your videos look right, this might just be the help you need. Sometimes, outsourcing the right task is what actually helps your content grow faster. Because when you don't have to worry about the edit, you can finally focus on the story. If you're ready to see what a real creative edit can do for your content, the link's in the description.